Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my top foundation video, as you can clearly see from the title. So I have 3 high-end and 3 drugstore foundations, and I'm going to start with my least favorite, and we're going to work our way up to my number 1 foundations. The reason that I have 6 instead of like the usual 5 is because I really wanted to do like an even amount of high-end and drugstore, and like I had 5. I had my top 5. And my 6 was drugstore, and it was like, it just evened it out. So I included it. So there's six foundations in this video that I'm going to show you that are my absolute favorite. Also, all of these foundations, I know that they're my favorites when I have them in more than one shade. You know what I mean? So like most of these, except for number 3 and 5, I have in multiple shades. That's how you know. That is how you know. Especially when you buy a high-end foundation in multiple shades. That's how you know that you really like it. Also, if you travel with it. I traveled with all of these at some point or another. So, starting with the final add-on, my honorable mention drugstore favorite foundation is the Matte and Poreless Fit Me foundation. I really like this foundation, don't get me wrong. Obviously, it's my 6th favorite, and I have a ton. The reason that this is 6th, though, is that it just doesn't wow me the way that my other top foundations do. I really like it. I enjoy the way it looks on my skin. I think that they have a huge color range, which makes it really easy to find your perfect shade. It really does look good on the skin, but it just doesn't wow me quite the way these others do. But it does last a really long time. It has really good coverage. And for a drugstore foundation, it's pretty damn good. This is $2.38. I like it. It's really good. It fills in your pores. It stays pretty matte. It lasts a long time. So I'm a fan. Oh, see, now I don't know if I can order these. They go in like alternating order. So my number 5 foundation, which is still like way up there, is the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea foundation. This foundation makes your skin look flawless. It almost, because it's like a water foundation, it kind of like sinks into your skin and really doesn't look like foundation. It doesn't sit on top of the skin at all. It's very thin. It's very lightweight. This is my perfect shade also. This is light sand. It's my perfect like not tan shade. I just love the way that this looks on the skin. The only reason this is number 5 is because 1, you have to use so much product to get as much coverage as I want. But that also makes it really good for like everyday foundation. I just tend to like more coverage. Like if I'm gonna wear a foundation, I usually want more coverage. So that's why this is number 6. And also, it's not mattifying, which is something that I really, really love in foundations. So I kind of have to work more and blot more with this one. So that's why it's number 5. But this looks so good on the skin. It looks very flawless, very realistic and skin-like, and so it's really awesome. My number 4 foundation is drugstore. And if you want a full coverage, heavy-ass foundation from the drugstore, the Milani Conceal and Perfect is the way to go. This is like their version of the Clinique Beyond Perfecting foundation. Like literally it has like almost the exact same name. This foundation is really, really nice. It's very full coverage, like super full coverage, but it's not really cakey. It doesn't have like a full matte look, but it doesn't get greasy throughout the day. Again, it's not mattifying, and I do still have to like blot and set it and work with it, so it's not like way up there. And the color range could be better. They don't have a ton of like warmer shades. They only have, I want to say like 7, maybe 10 shades that I've ever found in the drugstore. And like, yeah, you can buy them online, but if I want a drugstore product, like I want to be able to walk in the drugstore and pick it up. That's kind of what's so great about them. So this foundation is beautiful. It is very full coverage. It goes very well on the skin. I apply it with a beauty blender and I love it. It just doesn't have enough shades, and it's almost like missing something compared to my number 3 foundation, which is the Clinique Beyond Perfecting. So while I love the Milani foundation, it's just a little bit below this one. This one is the Clinique Beyond Perfecting foundation and concealer. Oh, I have the shade 2 in Milani. This is natural. It's okay. My warm shade is number 5, and that one fits better. This is the Clinique Beyond Perfecting Foundation and Concealer. The only downside to this foundation is the shade range. They run very pink, and so this is like kind of the only shade that I have found that didn't look really pink on me. It's the shade 8 Golden Neutral. This foundation is beautiful. The only downside is I can only wear it in the summer. It does oxidize just a little bit, but it's so full coverage. It has almost like a satin finish, so it's not very matte, but it's so good for the summer. It's so good when you really want full coverage. You just want your skin to look flawless but not look like you're wearing foundation. This one is just so beautiful. I also love the applicator of this little doe foot. You don't have to put anything on your hand or a mixing board. You can just like swipe it all over your face. The shade selection sucks, but everything else about this is so awesome and full coverage and just looks very natural. My number 2 foundation, if you guys have watched any of my oh, my tag is sticking out. If you guys have watched any of my videos, I doubt this would be a surprise. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundation. This is the best drugstore foundation I have ever experienced. It is definitely matte. This is one of the only foundations that I can put on my skin and I never have to worry about it. I know it's going to look good from when I put it on until when I take it off, no matter how long that is. I don't have to blot, I don't have to powder really, really heavily, I don't have to worry about it. I can just put it on and go about my day. I am wearing this on my face today mixed with the Pro Glow, which I also really like, but having oily skin, you know, the matte is just the way to go. It looks so good. It doesn't sit on top of the skin. It doesn't sink into pores or fine lines. It's just beautiful. I just love having a foundation that I can put on my face and I don't have to think about it anymore at all. I know that I have like at least 3 shades of this. So I always have one that's going to match me. They have nice warm shades and it's beautiful. So this is my number 2. I have nothing bad to say about this except my number 1 is better. If you've seen any of my most recent videos, this should not be a surprise, but my number 1 all-time foundation is the Urban Decay All Nighter foundation. The reason that this is above the L'Oreal one is because it does the exact same thing but to an even greater extent. This is the most matte longwear foundation I've ever used. I mean, you put it on and that's it. You're done. You don't have to worry about it. I can wear so much more dewy products, I am able to wear much more dewy products when I use this because it's so mattifying that it almost gives me normal skin, if that makes sense. Like, I can't really use glowy primers and liquid highlighters and things like that. I just can't use. And this just gives me so much freedom to do more with my makeup and not have to worry about being oily. It looks beautiful. The only downside to this one is that it oxidizes, but I've pretty much found my shades that oxidize to my right shade. So I really, 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 really love this. It's totally worth the money. It's perfect for like a locked in flawless face, and if you want a little bit less, you can just mix it with something else. It's just perfect. Again, I can put it on, I don't have to worry about it, and my skin is so matte that I never have to worry about being oily. Even if I use like a glowing primer, things like that, it doesn't look matte, but it's not oily. You get what I'm saying? So if you have oily skin, I just recommend this so much. These two, I recommend to anybody with oily skin. Depending on your budget, you may be able to get one or the other, but these are the best foundations for oily skin out there. So there you go. Those are my favorite foundations of all time. Granted, yours may be totally different because I do have very oily skin. I don't have a lot of texture. I do have like some pores and stuff, but I don't really have acne scarring or any. What the fuck? There's like a fuzzy. I don't really have acne scarring or anything too serious that I have to cover up, but I do have a lot of freckles and things. Those are my favorite. Those are the ones that work best for me, and I hope that some of you maybe got some ideas out of this or are going to try a new foundation because of this video. Also, I would love for you guys to leave down below in the comments what your favorite foundation is, because foundation is probably my favorite thing to buy, and I just want to know what I should get next. If you have oily skin or you have recommendations for oily skin, leave that shit below, because I need to know. I need to know where to spend my money. That's it for this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed and will subscribe to my channel. There's gonna be my face up here somewhere. There's also a button down there. That way you can see the next ones in my favorite products series. I think everybody does this, but it's just so fun to kind of like figure out what your favorite is. It's kind of hard, but also really fun. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to click the thumbs up if you want to see more in this kind of favorite series, and I'll talk to you guys in my next video.